Hello, my little students. How are you? So I'm at my balcony. Here's the view. And since you asked for me to tell you more stories and to speak more in English, here's a story for you that happened to me a few days ago. So everything started in the US in 2019, more or less. That was in 2019 was the first time I went to the US. It was a dream come true because most of you know I learned English because my dream was always to go to the US and to make movies. It's still a dream and I'm still working on it. So to remember that trip, I bought several things from the US, several souvenirs. And one of them was a notebook. Okay, it was a really nice, beautiful notebook that I bought from Santa Monica. It was pretty expensive. I think I paid like $20 plus taxes. So, but I bought that notebook with a goal in mind. I wanted to write all my poems. And yes, sometimes when I get inspired, I write poems in English. So I bought that notebook to write poems, and that's what I have been doing. I've been writing poems in that specific notebook. And a few days ago, like 2 days ago, to be more specific, I wanted to read a poem. I wanted to read my fiancé a poem. And I went to the shelf where my notebook usually is, and I couldn't find it. It was not there. So I was calm, I started looking at, on the other shelf. I started searching for my notebook around the house, and I started really getting nervous when I couldn't find it. And so that afternoon evening, I was really sad because I couldn't find my notebook. And the reason why I was really sad was because my poems were written there, and I do not have a copy of my poems. That means I have only one copy of those poems, and that copy is the notebook, and I couldn't find my notebook. And I could remember some of the poems, some lines, but not everything. So I was in the shower, and that was the moment when it hit me. It hit me, and that was the moment that I realized that I lost my notebook. So I started crying. It was a mix of frustration, feeling stupid. How could I lose my notebook? How? What did I do with it? And I started crying. I felt really helpless, impotente. Me sentía muy impotente. And then I started thinking, maybe I left it somewhere in a coffee shop that I usually go to. I usually go to a coffee shop to work, grab my computer and work there. So that same night I went to the coffee shop and asked if they saw my notebook. I described it, how it was, and obviously nobody saw anything. The girl was really nice, called her boss, explained the situation, and that was not there. Anyway, so that night, I was starting getting used to the idea of, okay, my notebook is gone. I will probably never ever find it again. So I just have to try to remember my poems at least and try to write them again, and hope that I can find some of my poems in some of the messages that I sent to some of my friends, and so I was laying in bed, and my fiance comes in the bedroom and is recording me, and I was like, what are you doing? And my face was, I was not looking good. I was really tired, I was really sad, and I was looking like a ghost. And he was recording me. I was like, what are you doing? Why are you recording me? And then from behind his back, he's showing me my notebook. And it was a moment that I cannot really explain. You know, that a moment of relief, that something that has so much value for you was found.
Oh my God.
A book of poems. Spent all day stressing about it. Went to the cafe, asked them to call their management to see if somebody left it or found it.
I can't believe it.
I know, jeez.
Oh my God. Thank you.
The value of this notebook is, this notebook really has no value, okay? It's priceless for me because I have a lot of emotions and memories attached to this notebook. In this notebook, there is every single poem I wrote, and it's written the date, the exact hour, and the exact place where I wrote the poem, you know? So, yeah, when I realized that I lost it, I was crushed. I was really crushed. So when I recovered that notebook, it was amazing. It was really amazing. That feeling of relief, that thank God I did not lose it. And from now on, I will take care of that object that is so valuable for me. So I don't know, has it ever happened to you? Have you ever lost something that had a lot of value for you? Not economic value, but like an emotional value. And what happened? Was it a happy ending like in my case, or not really? Or how did you handle it? How did you react to to that situation when you realized you lost something super valuable for you? Yeah, it's that's the story I wanted to share with you. So yeah, let me know your thoughts, please.